What's up, everyone? Happy New Year. I hope you get blessed 365 straight consecutive days. For those who don't know, I make non-alcoholic beer content, mostly reviews. I've reviewed over 50 non-alcoholic beers now. Maybe when you're watching this, maybe that number is much higher. But go check those out. Please like, subscribe, comment, and all that. But for now, I mean, it's January, so I think it's only right that I do a video about dry January, and we just want to kind of explore the origins of this what's it called, movement. So and I bet you didn't know all this, because I only did as of recently. So yeah, let's get right into it. So 2013, this charitable organization in the UK called Alcohol Change UK. Actually, they originally were called Alcohol Concern at the time when this was launched, but they are now called Alcohol Change UK. So they started this whole thing, which to me, I kind of just, maybe it's typical American, but I thought it started in the U.S. Just because I don't know, it seems pretty big in the U.S. So I didn't even really know that it was a global thing. I thought it was mostly happening here. So anyways, that's me being naive. Shout out to the UK. All credit is due to them on this one. Actually, wait. Well, all credit due to them, but let's go back to 2011. Sober October comes out of Australia, and that was from an organization called Foundation for Alcohol Research and Education, or FARE, FAIR. And yeah, so that they were doing this thing on October in 2011, and the positioning of October and January is actually kind of similar, because they're both happening after heavy drinking seasons. So October is coming right after the summer months, which is heavy drinking. January, obviously right after the holidays, which is again heavy alcohol consumption. So the main difference between October and January really is that drinking less in January is really just embedded in Western culture, and it has been for a long time. So if we go all the way back to the 1800s, January was often associated with things like sobriety and self-control, that kind of stuff. So and then even into, like, early 1900s and throughout the mid 1900s, that kind of remained. 1980s, you start seeing in the media things about using your New Year's resolution as a way to stop drinking for the month of January, and even the media encouraging that in certain publications. So I mean, this was happening for a while, and then, like, pubs were always historically way less busy in January. It sort of has always been known as just their worst month. Just kind of a known thing that, like, when January comes around, just hang in there. So this January not drinking thing has kind of always been happening. So it was kind of just like ripe for the occasion. which is probably one of the reasons why in 2013 the dry January had it just kind of took off a lot more than the sober October did in 2011. So yeah, 2013 Alcohol Change UK. They come out with this campaign, and it was actually really more of like a social experiment. Um, and what they were trying to find was if a short term socially coordinated break from drinking, if that would lead to those same people to have long term uh, changes in their drinking habits. Um, and this first year that they did there was only 4,000 people that signed up. So people were actually signing up, and then they were reporting to the organization like what their experience with this dry January was. And what they found was what they were curious about was actually happening, was that uh, participants were months after they had started drinking again, these participants who took January off, they weren't drinking as much. So, and it wasn't just like in February and March, it was like 6 months later, they were drinking less. So that was really it was that those findings that really generated a lot more interest in this dry January after that first year. Um, a lot more interest because of those findings. A lot of just kind of this I guess ripple effect. There was funding. And it just kind of exploded pretty quickly after that. Dry January, uh, I mean, I remember hearing about it really early on, and it was super popular. So it just kind of took off pretty quickly. Um, the pubs or bars, they initially were opposed to this for obvious reasons. Uh, but then they actually ended up adapting to it. So what they were doing was they were coming up with these dry January menus with non-alcoholic beers, non-alcoholic drinks, and they were even doing like dry January events and things like that. So they kind of just leaned into it, and this whole moment kind of even contributed to the growth of the non-alcoholic beer industry. There's a lot of other things that factored into the explosion of NA beers, but this is one of them. Not only that, but it contributed to just the normalization of socializing without alcohol. Um, so yeah, I mean, here we are today. It's 2026. So we are a good what was that 13 years later? Yeah. Um, am I doing the math right? Yeah, 13 years later. Um, and it seems like it's only growing. Um, I'll be participating per usual. Well, not per usual, because this is the not drinking is fairly new to me. Um, so yeah, I mean, I hope anybody who's watching this and is likes to partake in dry January, I hope that you can learn something new about the origins of this movement, and and if you enjoy your dry January so much that you find yourself curious about all these delicious NA beers that you tried during that month, then please check out all my videos, and you could see what NA beers are delicious and which ones you can try and which ones pretty much that I like. And you can even subscribe and see more of this kind of stuff. So anyways, thanks for having me, and see you later.